Hey, it's AP Reviews here. We've got the new spherical ice molds by Pratisphere. Gonna be checking out. Haven't opened the box yet, so get to see that. A couple of things that claimed here: easy to fill. The spheres are easy to remove. That's nice. You don't want your ice getting stuck in there or break when you're getting it out. They say they're able to stack. And got 4 molds in this package here. Say goodbye to the watered down drinks with the best ice sphere maker. Now from a slightly geeky perspective, not to get too much into it, I have doubts as to whether or not a sphere actually works better for drinks because, while yes, it has less surface area to melt, if it's not melting, I don't think it's cooling your drink. But that can be for you to decide. Right now we're seeing if they make a good sphere. So we do have 4 molds in here. And comes with instructions. That's all that's in the box. So we have, it's a nice sturdy plastic for the base of the mold. Seems like that is stand up well. And this is actually a fairly sturdy rubber here too. Here it says run under warm water for 30 seconds before opening. It looks like, without reading the instructions, you just fill it from the top. Okay, it says to fill with the top off, fill to this line here, and then gently lower the cap in the mold. It doesn't say. Okay. It's because the ice expands. Just fill to this line, lower it in, and then the expansion will take it up to the rest of the sphere. It says freeze mold for 4 to 6 hours, and then loosen ice from mold by running warm water on each side. Looks like the top and the sides. Peel cap up from the plastic, base by pulling on tab, and then looks like it should stay attached to the rubber according to this. Squeeze it out and you've got your sphere. And the rest of it says it has a lifetime warranty. It says to contact Pratico and they will, I assume, replace it. So, I'm going to give this a try and we'll see what we get. I'm going to try it with just straight tap water, and it's actually city water for me. But then I've also seen recommendations to boil the water first, and that makes a clearer ice. So we'll try that and we'll let you know what we find. Now, the instructions for these are pretty simple. I've got the base here. It has a fill to here line. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Got my pan here so I don't get water all over my desk. So you just fill to that line and then slowly set this cover down on here. You can see a little comes out, but that's fine because anything out here will freeze outside of the sphere. So. And it will expand a little bit when you freeze. I'll show you a bit what I actually got for results. And you might want to make sure that you have enough space in your freezer for it to expand. I stacked 2 of these and that was just enough that they could fit in there, but once it expanded and pushed the top up a little bit, we ended up having a little issue getting it out of the freezer. So this will just go in the freezer. They suggest 4 to 6 hours. And we'll take a look at what you get once it's done. And here we have our finished molds. Suggest running some warm water over these. I don't have any water right here, so we'll just put it in this. I suppose I'm not exactly following instructions, it's just cold water, but no, just a little twist and that opens it up. Let that sit for a moment. Now, the instructions ask for 4 to 6 hours. Both of these have been not quite a week, as I was gone for a weekend and I just put them in. As you can probably see, this one's looking much better. Right here, this is actually boiled water. You boil it once, let it cool down, and then boil it again. Supposedly gets air out. Just read this somewhere, so I figured I'd try that. And this is regular stuff, regular water, nothing done to it, just put it in frozen. And you can see that this is much clearer. Let's just see if we can set that in there. There you go. Yep, cracked. I had seen that when doing this, you want to make sure to let the ice temper, is what they said. Let it sit out for a bit, and it won't split immediately when going into your drink. Just drop that in a glass of water I've got right here, and you can see how that looks. I would imagine you'll have better results at different temperatures, and using distilled water should get you much better results where there's not that crack down the center that really messes with how it looks. But it does make a nice sphere. So here the non-boiled water. I'm just pushing out a little bit to break what comes out of the vent here. There we go, that pops right out. And there you go, another sphere. This one not as good because I didn't have the cover all the way in. Not a perfect sphere, but it shows you that these do work. They're very simple to use. I don't know that I could come up with a better design for them. You get a sphere of ice and not much work to it. I'm just making a mess now. So, as I said earlier, I'm not convinced that a sphere is actually better as ice for a drink, but if that's what you're going for, these would definitely do the job. Recommend that you try them out. And I did just want to show here that I followed the instructions this time and the amount of time that they recommend for having it in the freezer. And as you can see here, it makes a beautiful ball of ice. So again, very easy to use, these sphere makers, and they do the job wonderfully. This is a very nice one.